So, as you all most likely know, if you don't know by now, we are Wakanda, the crown jewel of CBD. And as we go into this, let me see here. I'm gonna play a little video for y'all, if y'all don't mind, just to get started before we get into the presentation. It's actually one of my favorite videos personally. I feel like it's just it captures so many people within Wakanda in different instances, and you'll see. I won't spill all the beans, so you'll kind of see what I'm talking about when I say it's my favorite. We check the chat before chilling. How you, bro? I'm doing amazing. I really can't complain. Uh-oh. Somebody is saying we're signed in from another device. I hope nobody's trying to start a meeting. Okay. I'm gonna I just got a notification that somebody signed in from a different device. So if something happens, that's more than likely what it is. Um, Hoping nothing gets interrupted here. Why so soon for the cleanse? How often do you do it? Well, at the moment, I'm doing mine quarterly. That's definitely to your preference. Some people they may only want to do it 3 times a year, and some may do it twice. But I have a lot to work on, and so I chose to kind of do it quarterly, and at the very least, at least 3 times a year for me. But that's definitely a preference. I actually really enjoyed being on the cleanse, and I'm really ready to get back to it. Honestly, actually, so Fred, have you've done the cleanse yourself too? I'm pretty sure. I'm not sure if it's something that how do I want to word this? Yes, I love it. Yeah. So I mean, like I said, it's definitely a preference. So I mean, if you don't want to do it 4 times a year, then you don't have to. Let's see. I purchased a second phase 3 and going to start in April. Because you did yours in, was it January, Bernadine? Because that would be quarterly as well. So yeah, okay, nice. It's crazy because I just feel like the first time going into it, it was new for most people. I know some people was kind of familiar with it, but I'll say over 99% of us, it was something that we never really did. So it's crazy to see us going into our second term of it, and with confidence, even more confidence than the first time, because we kind of already know what to expect, and really, like, I'm just ready to get it. I feel like I spent too much time just neglecting my overall health. You know what I'm saying? Like, just kind of putting it on the back burner. Let's take care of this first, take care of that. Let's take care of work, everything, you know what I'm saying? Which are important. But I mean, you can have everything in the world. If you don't have your health, you have nothing. So that's one thing I'm really, really taking into my 30s and claiming, this is my last year in my 20s. I'm 29. I'll be 30 in August. And I refuse to live in my 30s, neglecting my overall health. See, I'm hooked. I want the liquid colonic daily. A bit weird, but it does the job so well. Yeah, that liquid colonic it really is something. Or colonic, it really is. It's not. I wouldn't say it's very. It's not very like harsh on the body, but it does the job. If that makes sense. Definitely, very powerful. And I my favorite one thing I really miss taking is just the overall, like, the amount of juice that I was taking in, which, for males, it's 24 ounces 3 times a day. That's a lot of fresh juice, guys. And for the ladies, it's 16 ounces 3 times a day. And after a while, I was kind of getting a little bit burnt out of it, because it was like I'm drinking so much juice, but I really, really miss it. I'm doing usually like one juice a day now, but that's not really, it's not the same. I like the overall feeling. I'll be 60 and feeling made. Wow. Wow, that's amazing. I love this. This people of all this ages, everybody from, late teens, early 20s, 30s, 40s. I even seen people in their late 70s doing the cleanse and seeing some phenomenal things happen. And 30 August, yes, I'll actually be 30 August 30th. So I guess they call that like what, I don't know, like a golden birthday. So your body craves yeah, it definitely does. Definitely craves the nutrients. Like I actually, just crazy because when you're eating junk, you can kind of just eat and eat and eat and you don't really feel anything. But then when you're actually getting the nutrients that your body needs, you're kind of like, okay, I'm full. I had enough. you know, and it may not even be a lot of food. So it's kind of crazy just to, like a nice big, salad and what a juice with some nutrients, what that can do. Like, I had actually trouble eating, like consuming all the food and drinking all the juice that I needed to drink because it was so much, but like the feeling of being like feeling like nourished was just something that I don't think I felt in my adult life. Therefore, it's like, I'd have to be crazy to want to go back. So I'm really just looking towards, doing it again and just keep doing it in the future, So I wonder if there's anybody else in the chat here with us tonight that have done the cleanse. Let's see, we got somebody else in Sonya Lee. That name is familiar as well. So we got all family here on the Millennial Call. We like to welcome everybody, those that coming in just now, those that are going to come later on. Just don't be shy, talk to me in the chat. Got any comments, questions, concerns, just feel free just to chime in. We're all an open book here. Ain't that right? Okay, so let's see if I can get this bar out of my way. I'm going to play this. Here we go. This video here.
While so many industries struggle during the pandemic, the CBD industry grew over 30%. Welcome to Wakana. We offer natural and organically grown CBD products backed by our 30-day bottom-of-the-bottle guarantee. Our proprietary blends contain more than 15 essential oils like black seed and turmeric, which help in creating the ultimate entourage effect. We provide a certificate of analysis on all of our CBD-infused products. These tests are conducted by one of the top ISO labs in Florida to ensure quality and potency inside of every batch. We are one of the few companies in the world who conduct full panel testing to confirm our ingestible products are free of pesticides, mold, and other dangerous compounds. The foundation of Wakana is based on 4 pillars, including health, wealth, legacy, and freedom. According to the current CBD market, there is a tremendous opportunity for you to launch your own dispensary with Wakana. You can retail products online, earning from 20 to 50% of the commissionable volume. By launching an online dispensary, you can win the loyalty of your customers by offering the hottest products like edibles, flower, hair care, tinctures, and topicals. Wakana isn't just a company, we are a movement. During the pandemic, we grew over 100% and expanded our headquarters from 1,000 to over 5,500 square feet. We have over 10,000 customers and a 5-star online rating from our satisfied customers and distributors. So what are you waiting for? Start partnering with one of the fastest growing and most reputable CBD companies in the world. Wakana, the crown jewel of CBD.
It just makes.
All right. So just as they said, we definitely see ourselves. We are a movement. We're not just a company. Many people would agree with that. Let's see. I've done the cleanse, feeling great. Great. Sonya is joining the Millennial Call for the first time. Well, welcome. We're very glad to. Oh, shoot, man. I'm sorry, y'all. I didn't even turn my video back on. Here we go. All right. So welcome. We definitely love to have new people and familiar people, of course. So just enjoy, we do things a little bit different. We are the Millennial Call. So, we're kind of a little bit, but it's okay. We're definitely going to get you taken care of. If you got any questions, you want to chime in, you want to just, let us know how you're doing, how you're feeling tonight. Just feel free to put it in the chat. She's a new full crown jewel and brought her friend. I think, okay, maybe that's pronounced Leota, but I hope I didn't butcher it. The business with the full crown jewel, if her own. Wow, that's amazing. Congratulations, Cherie, said Bernadine. Yes, congratulations to anybody that tackled that. It's definitely not an easy bout, I would say, for sure. It was one of the hardest things I probably did in my life, but one of the greatest things I feel like I've done. So let's see. We're gonna play another video here.
This to me, it was more so about teaching people a more natural way to be healthy.
We had the opportunity not only to just get the 40 acres, but also get the mule.
In the waters where the sharks and piranhas swim. Remember, couldn't see the sky, it was kind of dim. I never broke, I ain't got that kind of skin. They never should, back for the crown again, royalty. If you got the time, we're gonna talk about loyalty.
I was diagnosed with rheumatoid arthritis at age 17, and now at age 51, I'm finally getting the relief that I need from my arthritis without all of the side effects.
I have witnessed thousands of people overcome so many challenges, chronic long-term challenges that they've not been able to really overcome with traditional pharmaceutical medication.
I went and played golf this year, and normally when I play for the first time after 18 holes, I'm really sore. I took my Impranium in the morning. I used some of the pain cream, on my knees, and it's like I hadn't played at all.
Well, Wakana isn't just a company, even though you can say it is a company, but we really formed this from the beginning to be a movement. We knew that the cannabis industry really had not catered to those who, unfortunately, were the victims of the war on drugs, and that was minorities, African Americans. And so in starting Wakana, it was really giving birth to an idea that we as African Americans, we as minorities, we as Black and brown people could absolutely play a big role in this. So we see this as a company, a movement that will absolutely revolutionize and change the cannabis industry and help impact minorities all around the world.
I just love the energy of that video. So we do have a request. Bernadine requests that I play the song that we played before we got started. We do have a guest that won't potentially be on here at the end of the call. I feel kind of flattered because I don't think I ever had nobody request me to to play something of mine. So let's see. Let's see. Make sure I get y'all gotta let me know if the sound is coming through clearly too. Believe it. Here we go.
Intuition falls on the runway. Now they gonna fly for me one day. Intuition caught me on Sunday. Told me I was going the wrong way. I'm no longer wasting my time. I'm a night to go to my mind. Stay true, yourself will be fine. I wish I could only be mine. Intuition falls on the runway. Now they gonna fly for me one day. Intuition caught me on Sunday. Told me I was going the wrong way. I'm no longer wasting my time. I'm a night to go to my mind. Stay true, yourself will be fine. I wish I could only be mine. Heard through the grapevine, life fly by quicker when you waste time. Ain't nothing worse than wasting a great line. I'm thinking about what I'm gonna leave behind. I got 2 kids, both of them getting for a bit. Before you know they gonna be grown, some gotta kill. Fact of the matter, this is, I know when they gonna be gone. I'm trying to set that life up for a smooth ride. Much better than mine, it's not just my vibe. Teach them everything I should've known, so when they young, they don't slip aside. They gonna be better than me, and some of my thoughts heavy when headed to sleep. I got depression embedded in me. I know they gon' doubt me from every degree, but that shit expected. Heavy, but gotta respect it. Maybe I'll never accept it. Have to accept it, keep grinding and feeling neglected. Put ass wrong, rejected. When you see yourself in this world, let's go round and round in this world. Gotta let your inner conscience up first. So should've made you so sleep with good girl. Dang, sleeping on me like a pilot at your granny crib in the middle of a summer break. Want me to bend, want me to break. They all my friends, they need a fake. Feel the breeze like a boat on the countryside. Grip going right to the lake. Look at my legs, can you relate? Body the pins, home of the day. Intermission bars on the runway. Now they come and fly for me one day. Intuition caught me on Sunday. Told me I was going the wrong way. I'm no longer wasting my time. I'm a night to go to my mind. Stay true, yourself will be fine. I wish I could only be blind. Intermission bars on the runway. Now they come and fly for me one day. Intuition caught me on Sunday. Told me I was going the wrong way. I'm no longer wasting my time. I'm a night to go to my mind. Stay true, yourself will be fine. I wish I could only be blind. Heard through the grapevine, life fly by quicker when you waste time. to rush the ways in the great mind. You should know this game is out by design. Look in my eyes, what do you see? I'm the same old self of another side of me. What's on your mind? It's okay to tell me, take that off your shoulders. You know what they help. Take a deep breath, bring up the minds in the water. Keep your mind open for the shit you never thought of. Keep your mind open so you listen to the color. Keep your grind going so you pop another color. Understand, got a lot to learn. Still, life is long past time and turn. Wheels worth most of all it can burn. Still, always stay humble, no matter how you feel. And nobody mislead you. Take time for yourself if you need to. Be game, most niggas is see through. Whenever rockin' right teams and you be to. Turn this up till they no longer need you. Keep the devil on your ground, we beneath you. Even when your reputation precedes you. High kids watching everything they do. Don't let their vibes make you decide. I'm rather not you build the last. Time is show to fly by fast, but the underdog will get the last. Keep a dreams with the noise reach close enough for you to take a grab at. Funny how I came a long way from that shy boy they used to laugh at. And the mission bars on the wrong way. Now they gonna fall for me one day. Intuition called me on Sunday. Told me I was going the wrong way. I'm no longer wasting my time. I'm not the vote in my mind. Stay true to yourself and be fine. I wish I could only be one. And the mission bars on the wrong way. Now they gonna fall for me one day. Intuition called me on Sunday. Told me I was going the wrong way. I'm no longer wasting my time. I'm not the vote in my mind. Stay true to yourself and be fine. I wish I could only rewind. Stay true to yourself and be fine. I wish I could only rewind.
All right, all right. Y'all making me blush, man. Y'all gotta quit. I can hear this rap with a thin, silky smooth. So yeah, it's got that definitely that old school, like a really old school touch to it. Cause I grew up listening to all the old stuff, you know, the good stuff. But let's see. All right. And I appreciate it too, by the way. It really made my day, you know. It's something else just to it's one thing like you hear people's music that that you're used to seeing everybody knows. So just to be somebody who does it as a hobby and somebody like it is really, it really is touching. Let's see. I got somebody else in the chat. Thank you, Tariq. Oh, thank you. Let's see here. I don't want to.
While so many industries.
All right, here. This kind of goes into what we are. As I discussed earlier, Wakana is definitely not just a company, we're a movement, and we exist to help end the negative stigma that has caused communities around the world to suffer and lose out on the health and wealth benefits of the cannabis plant. I'm sure everybody in here probably knows somebody who was affected by these stigmas, maybe personally was affected by the stigma. It's definitely something that still, till this day, even with CBD and all the research behind the plant, a lot is, there's still a lot of, just ridiculous mess going on behind it. And Tariq is the artist of several of our wonderful videos, very talented. Thank you so much. Stay tuned for a single coming this summer. Hey, I'll be definitely jamming to it. We're getting we got a lot of chaos in the house at the moment because we're getting a lot of work done. So opening up like a living room and everything. And I'm gonna definitely be probably grilling my plant-based burgers and whatnot and jamming to that. whatever comes out this summer, I'll be looking forward to it for sure. Let's see. So what is the Wakana movement? So we pretty much, to sum it up, we're the catalyst to stir a movement that inspires people to confidently, keyword confidently, move into the legal space as entrepreneurs, formulators, and investors, evoking courage and strength of people to take back their health, wealth, legacy, and freedom. I like to really point out that word confidence, and really, when I see all four of these ladies, that's one word that sticks out to me: confidence. So here we are today, where we are within Wakana, because there was one woman, right, that had a dream, and it turned into this lovely, what we call a C-suite partnership between four lovely, beautiful African-American women. And it literally, it's like it kind of happened overnight, It definitely didn't feel like it at the time because it's just nonstop hustle. But really, like, looking back, going, like, seeing how many years we're really about to celebrate. Like we started in 2019. So guys, we're going on 3 years here in as of April, actually. So it doesn't really seem like that, especially for those that were here in the beginning. Even though we have a lot of this negative stigma, we are progressing forward over 25 billion. Yes, sir. Definitely progressing for sure. Definitely. And that's the beautiful thing. You really gotta, I could tell that you're a glass half full type of guy for sure. Because you always have to think of the upside of everything. So we'll talk about our founders some, right? After all, we are here because of these 4 ladies. So let's definitely take our hats off to Dr. Rita. She's a OB-GYN. She's actually our chief medical officer. She's delivered over 10,000 babies here in Chicago, Illinois. Probably delivering a baby right now, most likely. I really don't understand how any of these ladies get a chance to sleep and do other things, because it's like every time you turn around, like, okay, she's delivered another baby, like, okay, but I just seen her doing this over here. Like it seemed like it was like 5 seconds ago or 5 minutes, and now she's over here. And it's crazy. My theory is I feel like our C-suite is a team of superheroes. I know that may sound kind of corny, but that's kind of how I feel. Let's see. Even though we have a lot of this name. Oh, it's the Sagittarius. Sorry, Sagittarius. I mean, yeah, I see. I can see. I can definitely see that. And we got Senator Patricia Van Pelt. She's actually our CFO and our president, right? She's been actually on the state Senate of Illinois, state of Illinois Senate. She's been a senator for now going on, I believe, 2 terms. And this next, I believe, will be her 3rd term, right? So let's all definitely keep her in your prayers, and definitely wish her well that she's going to be running for senator again, right? So it's definitely something that actually, I'm just going to be transparent. The very first time she ran, she didn't win. So how many people run for something and they kind of like, okay, they back off. Maybe I'm gonna do something else because I lost. But no, she got right back on that horse, and here she is. So where I really like, the word that comes to my mind when I see her is definitely perseverance. I'm really like inspired by her story and her wisdom, and really just everything she has to offer. And I'm very fortunate to have got a chance to know her over these last couple of years. And then we got Melissa Boston Etiabi. This is actually my mother. She is our CEO. And what can I say? Like, I could literally, like I've said a few times, I could write a book about this woman. So I'm not going to be long-winded here, but I'm just going to say that she is the most phenomenal woman I know, along with my wife, because you can't get married and then be like, okay, you can't really compete with, okay, I'm not going to really go into that too much, but just going to say that literally, like, I'm so blessed just to have her as a mother. And then just, and as a CEO as well, it's something else. And actually, me and my wife, we were just talking, like, literally, like, you kind of take things, when you have a good parent, you kind of take it for granted, especially like growing up. I just always was like, yeah, that's my mom. That's how she is. But then the older I got, I realized like how much literally like a diamond in the rough she was, and is. And I'm just so thankful just to have her in my life. And she's the best grandmother, best mother, best, mother-in-law. My wife she just adores her. We all adore her. And we also have Phyllis Nash, our CSO. She's also known as the midwife of Wakana because she's known to birth success stories. People that have maybe they have no experience in network marketing and selling, like just being successful within a company and whatnot. Maybe they're not there yet. Maybe they just kind of feel like, okay, this is a foreign language to me. I've never, ever, ever dealt with any type of business. Maybe I might have worked a blue collar job. Maybe I went to college for something that I have no use for, but this is somewhere I see myself being. What do I do? Well, Phyllis Nash is that person that literally, she can take you to the next level. If you just listen, just watch her, just watch, literally just watch. This woman is a phenomenal leader, very inspirational, and just very just kind. And, and all 4 of our founders are so down to earth. That's one thing that I love about Wakanda, that nobody's walking around on a high horse and like, yeah, I did it. So you know what? Like everybody's so just gracious and humble and just loving. And that really, breeds like an open door for other people to really like be able to really like open up to them, and just the way they pour into everybody that comes across their paths is something that I truly admire and definitely adore all four of them. Let's see, and her third running for third. See, I'm behind the times here. And her third running for fourth. And Phyllis is a Leo, a true go-getter. Hey, Mooney is a Leo as well. I don't know if we got any other Leos in the chat, but there's something about them Leos, man. They always at the top, on the top of their game, I like to say. Okay, so this is our medical advisory board. Here we have our chief medical officer, Dr. Rita. And then as you see, we have different type of, people in different fields of the medical industry. We got doctors, pharmacists, psychologists. And then we see we got a few RNs. And let's see, if I'm missing anything. Just as you see, like it's just a good variety of just different knowledge that's coming into Wakanda, different perspectives. And that's one thing I like how many CBD companies really have like a medical board of not just, one doctor saying, hey, take CBD. Like, no, we got literally, over a dozen qualified individuals that have their own perspective, and they use Wakanda as like a gateway to kind of help some of their patients. As you got people that maybe like you got your psych doc, like psychologists, like they want to, maybe they have patients that they're helping along the way for some of their, depression. Like myself, I definitely have a story of depression and anxiety, and I can definitely just really relate to and really take my hat off to any doctor that feels like, or nurse that wants to, let their patient know, hey, look, I know this is what, traditionally we're used to, but there are other options. There are better options. And I really take my hats off to our whole medical advisory board. Excuse me. Let's see. Bernadine is another Leo on top of her game, natural born leaders. Nah, let's see. Tammy is a Leo. Now I feel like I'm kind of outnumbered because I'm a Virgo. So here we got all these Leos in the chat, in the slides, like y'all taking over Wakanda over here. So with that, let's see the Farm Bill. As you see now, since we got a few people that was somebody that's new to the Millennial Call, maybe they already heard of the Farm Bill, but let's just definitely go over it, a little bit of history to know that it was originally brought forth in 2014, right? Well, it wasn't passed until 2018. And one of the goals was to pretty much be to where we can generate and protect research into hemp, right? That way it can be pretty much, it's still heavily regulated, but now we have a lot more leeway to where, we literally have a CBD company, right? So it's definitely something that's been crucial in Wakanda. As you see, we started in 2019. This bill was actually passed in 2018. So we kind of really got ahead of the curve, which is, I would say, brilliant at the least, right? So let's go on here. The cannabis industry is booming, literally booming. And we're going to go more into that as well. Literally from illegal to essential. So now I don't know if any of you are familiar with either of these articles, but how CBD became unexpected star of legalized pot. Many people even refer to CBD as the Michael Jordan of the plant. Actually, the first person I heard actually use that phrase, coin that phrase, was Minister Mooney. So let me see. Oh, this is a couple. So yeah, it's definitely, I feel like, and it's crazy because when you think of marijuana, right, you think of the actual plant. Most of us never heard of CBD. If you just be completely honest, some of us may have, but the majority of us, we just thought, weed, right? Just weed. We didn't know any of the actual components. Nobody knew. I won't say nobody, but many of us didn't know about the endocannabinoid system that we have. So it's just kind of crazy just to have this thing, right, that's really been there all this time and been used time and time again. But many of us were left in the dark. And it's amazing to see the light coming out from this. Literally, so you can kind of see the revenue here. I love this chart. We started it when we got started. You can see it was just a little bit more than a $5 billion industry. As we're coming into 2020, or actually in 2022, we're actually more than a $10 billion industry at this moment. And you can see the projection for 2024, and it's projected to be a $20 billion industry by then, which that's exponential growth, guys. Like that is pretty phenomenal. I'm actually really excited to really see this come forward. Like I've been watching this since 2019 or so, just to kind of see like, okay, it makes sense. I could see why this would happen, but it's one thing to see something and be told something and actually like witness it. So to be able to witness this industry booming off the way it is just like, it's mind blowing. We haven't even reached the tip of the iceberg with this. So, and actually I love this because it kind of even breaks down even more so how what kind of literally we fit into many different industries. We're not just a one-trick pony. As you see, CBD is actually more than a $10 billion industry. Weight loss is a $288 billion industry. Essential oils, 20 billion, skincare, hair care. And then you look over to wellness and immune, it's in the trillions. And I know like there may be somebody out here maybe thinking, what does all this have to do with CBD? Well, we're definitely going to get to that here. So what is CBD? Cannabidiol is a compound that naturally occurs in industrial hemp. Out of the more than 85 different cannabinoids, it is the second most common, next to Delta-9. So Delta-9 is the THC that you typically hear about, the mainstream THC. Like typically, like if you went to get if you grow out some weed like out on the street, it's more than likely Delta-9. Okay. Unlike THC, CBD is non-psychotropic. Therefore, you get health benefits, but you don't get the high. But it also offers actually many, many, many health benefits. And we're definitely going to get more into that. CBD compliance. Well, our products are fully compliant with the State Department of Agriculture. That's that 2018 Farm Bill we talked about. I can't stress how important compliance is, especially in such a new industry, something that has so much potential and something that is a threat, right, to many different type of, I would say even pharmaceutical companies, because you see people literally taking CBD and they're taking less of the drugs that they take, whether it's high blood pressure, depression medication, anxiety medication. Like you're seeing some people's medications even being replaced. So there's definitely a lot of competition in that. Therefore, I feel like within competition, there comes pushback, because then people feel kind of like afraid, like, what do you think you're doing? Coming in here, taking over what we've been doing all this time. So learning and unlearning. There's the stigmas that we mentioned within, like behind the plant. A lot of it is due to unlearning. It's not really that people have like a personal vendetta, or it's just something that, when you've been taught something over and over again, especially maybe you were taught by your parents, your teachers, your grandparents, it's really hard to step outside of the box and unlearn things that you were always taught. So literally something you've been taught over and over again is literally like a habit, a mental habit. So the main ingredient in THC, it has psychoactive effects. That's what actually gets you high, heavily stimulates the receptors in the brain's pleasure center. Then it releases a lot of dopamine. Okay, well, CBD is non-intoxicating. It still stimulates the receptors in the brain, except the receptors that CBD are targeting are more so the ones that regulate pain, perception, anxiety, nausea, more, etc. Sorry. So really, like when you think about it, there are a lot of similarities between THC and CBD the way I see it. Only difference is THC like literally focuses on and hones in on the brain's receptor for the pleasure center is what they call it. And CBD is, if you think about how many pain receptors you have in the body and whatnot, like it's targeting all of them, literally, because we have an endocannabinoid system. So, and actually, I think, well, it ain't this slide, but we're definitely going to talk about the endocannabinoid system a little bit. You can see here, this really breaks down some of the benefits within the plant. As you see, THC, right? It is definitely not something to definitely feel like, oh, this is insignificant, because it has a lot of amazing benefits. A lot of people use it for different things, but come on, let's not be crazy here. If you look at all the benefits of CBD, and then as we talked about, there's over 85 cannabinoids, you can kind of see where we're getting at. Like, so you mix in CBN, CBC, CBG with CBD, like most of these health problems are taken care of. And then once you add the fact that, you know, our products, we do have the legal limit of THC in some of our products. And like I would say the way they work together is really amazing. But even by itself, you know, there's sometimes I often, especially being a millennial, like the younger generation, we're always kind of like skeptical, and we're more so kind of thinking like, well, what's the point of taking a plant, right? That doesn't have the THC. It's not going to get you high. And I would just relate that to, you know, there's many different supplements that don't have a psychoactive effect that are very effective on the body. You think of, you know, you take your probiotics, your vitamin Ds, you're not feeling that mentally, but it's doing good things within your body. So I think when we can finally separate the marijuana plant from being like just a psychoactive plant, we can kind of really look at it just as a supplement, because CBD is a supplement, in fact. And you can definitely, literally, like thousands and thousands of testimonies that it's changed many people's lives, is what I'll say. And it's really just, I don't know like how to put it. It's crazy to witness, because I'm really the kind of person that I always feel like, dang, like, you know, you're having issues with sleeping, or you having anxiety, or you having pain. Like, I want to help. And it's really like empowering to have something that you can give to somebody that's actually going to help them, and not just something that you're selling that, hey, it's going to sit on the shelf for 2 or 3 years and they're never going to use it. This is going to be something that we're going to see millions of lives change. And just to be in the middle, just to witness this is something else. So the endocannabinoid system, it literally runs all through the body, all those pain receptors that we were talking about, the heart, the eyes, lungs, liver, kidneys, brain, bowel, stomach, skin, teeth, and so on and so on and so on. And that's why, like, you know, when you look at some of our labels, you might see, like, what do our gummies say? I think sex, sleep, and inflammation, something like that. And people kind of think like, how is this good for all that? Like, which one is it? Because I know it can't be everything. Well, when you understand the endocannabinoid system, then you understand that CBD actually does things throughout the whole body. Let's check the chat here. Somebody, just make sure there's not a question. Puts our bodies back in balance. Correct. Homeostasis literally puts them back in balance, and that is correct. So these are some of our products, right? We have, I don't want to start with, I'm looking for my favorite thing here. Okay, here it is, right in front of me. The Power 500. This is, as I talked about, CBD can be infused with THC. This is actually 0.3%. So it's a legal limit, very heavy CBD potent. So you're still not going to get high from it, but you're going to also get some of those benefits of the THC. And here we got our Pure, and the Pure is 0%, actually less than 0% THC. But like I say, CBD is the Michael Jordan of the plant. So even though you're not getting the THC in the Pure products, they're still very, very, very effective. And that's the thing I love about, literally, like, if maybe I don't have Power products, like, I'm not going to freak out, because we always got Pure, because my wife, she can't take Power products because just occasional, you know, like drug testing, there is a potential that the 0.3% THC can show up in a drug test. So anybody that undergoes any type of routine drug testing, you always want to consider that even though it's a little amount, there's still that possibility, and you really don't want to take the chance. And we got a few. I really love the presentation of our products. It's how they all flow together. They all got their own personality. They all look unique, but everything is so uniform. And let me see the chat's real. Amen, Puffer Smurf. This plant saved my life twice. Wow. Wow. I wanna, let's see here. I'm trying to see something here. I wanna know, if you don't mind, I wanna know more about how the plant saved your life twice. I would love just to be filled in. So I'm gonna bring you on. Don't be shy. Don't be shy. I'm sure we all want to hear. Yeah. So I'll let him get, oh, here we go. The mic is muted, so you may have to, we'll continue on until he gets, maybe he's not in a good position to speak at the moment. So products by industry.
Oh,
Here we
I
go.
can speak now. Can you hear me, brother?
Yes, sir. I can hear you. How you doing tonight?
I'm doing well in yourself, brother.
Good. Yeah, I definitely, I want to know, you said the plant saved your life twice, and that really touched me. And I'm sure, you know, if obviously I don't like to just put people on the spot at the last minute. So if you're comfortable sharing, I definitely would love to.
I share this story all the time, brother.
Okay.
Not to cut you off, but I have no problem talking about this.
Good.
Good. Bernadine Kirkland, she's on the line right now. I'll call her Cat. And how this plant saved my life is that CBD helps regulate the blood. And I had suffered 2 massive blood clots in each of my lungs. So I just went on a normal day, short of breath. I'm like, it might be that mess and whatever. And during recovery, that helped regulate my blood to save me. I'm like, oh, ain't that I know I'm over the place because it was so miraculous how this plant saved me. Then I had another second episode of a pulmonary embolism happen. This one was more of a diet form. And then CBD came in, regulated my blood, and dispersed of the blood clots. Yeah, it was, but that first one was scary. I couldn't do anything. I couldn't move, couldn't anything. And then literally just sitting back, smoking what kind of Diamond Life flower literally saved my life.
Wow. Man, that's touching. I'm sure you got the utmost just thankful for Bernadine, you know, for introducing you to the plant for one, and then that's a phenomenal. Everybody loves Lewis. Melissa also sent a product. Man, it is no joke. And you know, I have a cousin that has MS, and I've been I don't like to be like really pushy, but hearing your story really like kind of makes me want to be like, you know what, I'm not, you know, you need some of this, you know. So because he's had it for going on 4 years now, and he's definitely having a lot of issues, is advancing a lot. And I definitely feel like he could truly benefit. So I truly appreciate you sharing that with us tonight, because that definitely, I'm actually gonna give him a call when we get off of here tonight and say, hey, look, you should have been on the call to, you know, hear this, because we've talked about it a little bit, and he's kind of skeptical. So when somebody's skeptical, I don't like to be pushy, you know, but it's not really, you're not being pushy when it's something that literally, like, you know, can change their life. Like Coach Dan said, give them the nudge, give them the, yeah, Bernadine has blessed a lot of people, body and soul. Yeah, she's blessed me as well. definitely like she's definitely a light within this earth, and we all appreciate her so much. See, I appreciate you sharing. Thank you. Yeah, that came from Freda McDuffie. She said thank you, and she appreciates you sharing. I
Thank
most
you.
definitely do.
Most definitely. And the craziest thing is MS doesn't affect two people the same way. I can sit right next to your cousin and we can be going through the same disease in two different complete ways. Like he may have balance issues. I may have muscle tightness. It is so random. And the beautiful thing about Wakanda flower, it helps combat that because I really believe it's a lack of the body having CBD. It's a real CBD imbalance. I really feel like.
You can pull up doctors. He may have seen it. So Sheree Eppinger said Dr. Rita has a video on MS. I'm not sure if you seen that video?
I may have seen a snippet of it.
I wonder if somebody might be able to put it in the chat for us. That way we could get it copied just in case. Because that's definitely, because I'd love to share that with my cousin as well. I definitely, let me see, chills. Thank you all, but God gets all the glory. God is worthy always, but God created you. You know, he created you. You're a vessel of his, and you know, you're doing what he called you to do. So, you know, we're thankful. We're thankful for you. For
and
sure.
God told you to sell the ship my way so you can pass on the knowledge of this wonderful plant onto me. Thank you so much, Kat.
Yes. You hear that?
I just call her captain because she the captain of the ship. I'm like, yeah. All right, my shipmates.
I like that.
That's Kat. Just like with Melissa Boston, I renamed everybody in my head. Like Melissa Boston is Melissa Boss Lady. Phyllis Nash is Phyllis Cash. And Senator Van Pelt, I'm having trouble with that one because I just imagine her in a suit and everybody just like, Senator, and just bowing their heads. And I just imagine Dr. Rita with a clipboard and glasses like, so how many babies am I delivering today? Here's one. It's called Wakanda.
That's all. Yeah, I noticed you're really great with names because almost every week you have a new name, but I always know it's you because there's nobody else that has those unique creative names in the chat but you. So I always know who it is, but it's neat, like, you know, your creativity. Yep. Freda said creativity at its best. That's for sure.
Thank you. Thank y'all so much.
Yeah, definitely. And you can see, so actually we got some flower right here. Let me see, Lewis, Melissa Boss Lady, Phyllis Cash, Senator, Dr. Rita, and a clipboard. That's funny. You got to screenshot that chat. I want to always remember that. Melissa Boss Lady, Phyllis Cash, Senator, Dr. Rita, and a clipboard. That's something.
I'm going to send it to Kat right now.
Yeah. Have you used any of our Delta products at all?
Oh, I love the Delta. It puts me right to bed.
Yeah, me too. I got to be careful if I got to be up in the morning, I can't take it. Otherwise, I'll be out. And when I say out, there is no alarm clock on a planet that's going to wake me up. So I got to definitely, it's like a treat every night. Like when I know I don't have nothing to really do the next day, I can sleep in. I may do me like a half of a flight 50 and really just get it in and sleep off. I have to jump off. Love you all. Wakanda for life. Love you too, and be safe. And thank you for joining us. We're so happy to have you here tonight. And enjoy your weekend. Your thing has to jump. No problem. We're happy that you came on with us here.
Thank you very much, brother.
Oh yeah, I was you can stay hang out with me. I was there was somebody in the chat that has to jump off. I was just telling them good night because they have to go.
Good night to that individual.
Yes, definitely. Yep. So here we got some of our gummies, and all of our gummies help improve inflammation and improve sleep. So that's one thing I like to really touch on, because sometimes I may get a phone call, hey, what should I take for inflammation? Like, what's going to help me with sleep? All of our gummies have CBD, therefore they all will help with that. But there's just different, concentrations depending on what floats your boat. As you can see, our KOJ, that's our sexual gummy. It has some of the herbs that, maybe we're going to the gas station and getting Lord knows what in a pill that does Lord knows what to our actual body. And here within Wakanda, we have something that's made with love and care and the right ingredients so you can do things the correct way. And then we got our Delta gummies, as we kind of touched on a little bit. If y'all have tried these, I want to know in the chat, like, if you like them, are they too strong for you? Do they help you relax? Do they help you with pain? Just, let us know in the chat. And then these are gummies. The pure, as we said, these have no THC, and the power have the 0.3% THC. So either way, it's the legal limit, just kind of depends on your preference and whether or not you go through routine drug screening. Always like to remind people of that. These are our vapes and pre-rolls right here. They don't have, oh yeah, they do right here. Power Hypnotic. That's my favorite one right here. It's very therapeutic, I would say. And it gives me this relaxation that I can't really describe. But I also do love the pre-roll as well. Sometimes the pre-roll, I can't slip away and do that. Like, it's not like I have to get it out and light it up. Like with the vape, I love because I can just put it in my pocket, and when I need it, done, but I do love the pre. I haven't actually tried the Raspberry Jane at the time. So anybody that's tried that, let me know if you enjoy that as well. Let's see. I love Delta. They help my blood pressure. Wow. That's pretty neat. Because I've heard a lot of people talking about how the CBD has lowered their blood pressure. Actually, my grandmother-in-law, she's on blood pressure medication, and she's been taking CBD for about a year. And it's crazy because she had bouts where she has one of those kind of like real stubborn doctors that, like, he knows CBD is okay to take and is good to take, but he doesn't like relate, even though she's told him time and time again, hey, you may have to take my blood pressure medication down some because my blood pressure is running kind of low and I'm taking CBD, and that lowers it. And there's something that it doesn't register to him that, maybe this woman knows what she's talking about. Maybe the CBD is more than just like a fad, more than a supplement that people are taking and giving like minimal benefits, because we're seeing phenomenal benefits from CBD. But finally, I've advised her to get if your doctor won't advocate for you and get your, and really just kind of hear you out with CBD, I personally would always advise, like, maybe you want to look into another healthcare provider. I've always told her, but people can be hard-headed sometimes. It's okay. But I'm always like, man, like, we have so many people that their healthcare provider, primary care physician, like, they maybe didn't know about CBD, but once they learn about it, like, they're really open and really like, wow, like, how come I've never heard of this? Like, I want my patients to know of this. And it's really beautiful to see. Actually, Bernadine had a primary care physician, I believe it was, that came onto a call. I think it was Dr. Rita's call, and she joined. So that's pretty amazing. I use power gummies and tinctures. Me too. That's my thing. Like, I'll usually do a half to a whole power gummy in the evening, tinctures in the morning. And a day I can sleep in, which is rare, maybe a couple times a month. Then I'll do like a Delta or something like that. But I cut it in half because you don't really need a lot with that Flight 50 is strong. This is our hair care system here. And, I'm not going to act like I really have a use for this. I don't really have a lot of hair, but I can just say from the ladies within our company that have tried it, they love it. I've heard so many different good things about the leave-in detangler, the shampoo, like how the ingredients aren't harmful. Like you see, sometimes you go and you get stuff from the store and you kind of look at the ingredient list like, why do they want us to put this in our hair? You know, literally put things in your hair that's gonna make it brittle and dry and whatnot. Well, when I say our products are made by us for us, this is what I mean. Like we have products that are literally for us. And it's amazing to see here we in our Oud body oil. That's definitely one of my favorite things in the line because it leaves your body feeling so just soft and refreshed. And then it has this amazing smell to it as well. Tammy from Boston said black seed and pure in the morning. Nice, nice, nice. I love that black seed as well. Like if anytime I get sick, whether it's just a cold, I'm taking the black seed oil right out the bag. Dr. Rita Zoom taught us the Swish Lady Night. Swish Lady Night. Elaborate. I don't think I was on that Swish Lady Night. I'm a little okay. Okay, Swish. Okay, I see. Swish last night. I got you. Healthy hair. So this is our hemp power hair. And then we got also a beard and scalp oil. Both are infused with CBD, of course. And then many other different herbs to help stimulate hair growth and even address things like alopecia. And actually we have a hair call, I believe it's Tuesdays. Every Tuesday, we do have a call where they really go into detail, you know, with different, just really how the hemp powered hair works within the scalp and everything. It's really actually like, who would have thought there was literally a plant that our body really literally crave because we have an endocannabinoid system. So it's not a plant that we're taking that our body's not familiar with. We're very familiar with it because we produce CBD at some point. Mondays at 2:30. Okay, Mondays at 2:30 Central Time. I'm sorry, but thank you for that correction. We got Elizabeth Ann Thompson and Sheree Eppinger. Guys, the hair call is Mondays at 2:30. After 45 to 60 seconds, switch the tincture with your own saliva around your mouth before you swallow it. Okay. See, what I was doing was I was put the drops under my tongue and I let them sit there, and then eventually they kind of would just, you know, disintegrate. But I'm gonna try that next time. I'm gonna try that swish method and see what that's all about here. So this is our edible line as far as some of our cooking products. Our famous seasonings. I don't know if anybody in the chat hasn't tried any of these flavors. I advise you to just, you know, give it a try, but be careful because you'll come back for more and more and more and more. Me personally, it's kind of blocked off, but you can see on the left of the Flavor King is the garlic fire. That, to me, that is, I can put that on anything, literally. My chili, popcorn, like you name any type of food, I can put garlic fire on it. Just imagine. So, and we got Flavor King and chili lime, and they all actually taste very good. And the chili garlic fire has got a little kick to it. Flavor King is more, I would call it like a neutral seasoning. You can really put that on anything as well. Chili lime, I've heard people put that on tacos and even popcorn and different snacks. There's our Culinary Plus. That way you can cook and infuse your food with CBD. The biggest difference with the Culinary Plus is, see, our regular tinctures, they have like black seed oil and different things in it that have somewhat of a taste. And our Culinary CBD doesn't have those essential oils added to it. Therefore, you're going to get just a neutral taste in that. Our butters, and then we have our water soluble, which same thing, same concept as the Culinary Plus. Only difference is with the water soluble, you want to add that to your cocktails, your water, hence water soluble, smoothies, different things like that. And you're not going to get it's not going to have like I would say, like a taste to it that will throw it off. Because you just get your regular tincture and add that to your water, it wouldn't taste bad. But a lot of times when you're infusing something in a drink, you don't really want to taste it. So that's a neat thing. Let me see. Garlic fire is all. Yes. We just chili, boiled egg, salad. Yeah, salad. You know what? I'm gonna try it on a salad. I have never done that. But you're like the third person I heard say they put it on salad. These are our essential oils. As you see, we have everything from eucalyptus, peppermint oil, black seed, as we kind of talked about a little earlier, frankincense, tea tree oil, and lemon oil. I feel like, there's hundreds of different types of essential oils, but the thing with here within Wakanda, I always like to say we have the essential of the essential oil. So, we don't have every last, different type of essential. We have the ones that are, I would say, like the ones that are most beneficial, I'd like to say. We kind of, I don't know, for those that maybe weren't here in the beginning, we talked a little bit about the flat belly cleanse, mostly the cleanse. We didn't really talk about flat belly lifestyle in general, but this is something that I'm just really excited about. So the flat belly community has been going on for quite some time now, but we just launched our phase 3 cleanse, which is a 21-day raw cleanse. Very intense, very effective, and you really get to know yourself when you do this cleanse. I'm actually going on my second cleanse here in a few days. So I got a couple vegan restaurants here in St. Louis that I'm going to have to hit up before I start that, just to get, give me some nice, good cooked, still healthy food, but it ain't going to be no cooked food for me for 21 days. 10:09, bedtime, great night, Wakanda family. Good night, and hopefully you'll be on here next week with us. Have a good night and a safe weekend. This is our sexual wellness brand, line, I'm sorry. Everything from our lubes to our KLJ to our body butters. At the moment, the KLJ is on the site, but our lubes actually aren't. So anybody that, if you're wondering, like, I went on the site, I seen the lubes and some of the other sexual products on the presentation, but they're not on the site. Well, just for the time being, they do have to be ordered through customer service. Just so you know, let's see. So this is our disclaimer. Our products are not for use or sale for anybody under the age of 18, and our vaping products are not for anybody under the age of 21. You definitely want to use this product as directed. If you're pregnant or nursing, you for sure want to consider, especially if you're using CBD for something particularly that you feel like, okay, I can't just not use it, consult your doctor. Always be on the same page with your primary care physician, because you want to have your relationship with your doctor and yourself. You want it to be an open book, to be transparent. So we always advise anybody whether you have a minor medical issue or a major medical issue, you definitely want to always consult your doctor with it and keep them up to date with what it is you're doing. And, well, as you can see, let's see. Oh, wow. We went over a little bit tonight, but that's all good. I hope y'all enjoyed the call. We're going to wrap it up. And let's see. Nope, I don't see anybody that hasn't came. That we haven't said hello to so far. So I want to just thank everybody for coming out tonight with us, and hopefully we'll see you all next week. And y'all have a fantastic weekend and have a Wakanda type of week. I love you all and have a great night. Thank you. Freda said, great job. And Tammy said, great night. Yes, good night, guys. Y'all stay safe and enjoy some of this warm weather if you're somebody that's enjoying it. That's having it. Fabulous weather. Thank you. I appreciate that. I'm always nervous before one, so I'm really glad to hear that. All right, so y'all have a great night.
Good night.